Hi guys, RoHockey7 here, and today I'm gonna be playing the Tower of Hell on Roblox while talking about like the concept of hell. So I guess I'll just like kind of get into it. There's a lot of different interpretations for what hell could be. A lot of them are viewed from more like religious standpoint, but there are still some like secular ideas for what hell could be like. So I'll kind of just like brief over a lot of the different ideas on what hell could be. The basic concept of hell is some form of punishment as a result of either an action or a lack of an action. So, like in a lot of religions, hell is the concept of like a place away from a place where if you how do I word this? The basic concept in a lot of religions is hell is a result of a lack of action, based on what each religion determines for its qualifications for like being like sent to their respective hell, or at least their own like interpretation of what a hell would be. In a lot of these religions, their interpretation of hell would be a place of either eternal torment or just some form of torment. And the torment kind of varies based on the religion and such. Some religions have the perspective of it being a place devoid of a god, or like the religion's respective god. Others kind of just have like less, like it's just others have not less, but like others have the impression that it's just regular torment, but can also be in addition to the absence of a god. So like what a lot of people envision hell as is like a fiery landscape where you're kind of just there for the rest of eternity, basically, just in fire burning. That's kind of like the modern, like kind of not agreed upon interpretation, but like when like you think of hell, or you're like implementing hell into like a movie or any kind of media. That was hell for a second there. Any kind of media, it's like the basic understanding. Everybody can see a fiery landscape and interpret that as a hell. It's kind of like how the Nether in Minecraft is like, like it's like fire, lava. It's like representative of what a lot of people would consider to be a hell, or hell in general. There's also, besides religion, there's also kind of like some like secular, I guess, interpretations of hell, or at least slightly more secular interpretations. For a lot of people, they can interpret just everyday life as being a sort of hellscape, as there's like some form of torment for them. So it goes back to that kind of place of torment, and they kind of view just life as like a hell. Um, there's also there's also the idea of Dante's Inferno, which is kind of a mix between a religious and kind of a secular concept for hell, because it draws from a lot of like religious aspects of, I believe Dante's Inferno is, well, okay, Dante's Inferno, for anybody who doesn't know, it's basically it's like a writing where, well, it's like it's not actually like a full concept. It's basically a piece of fiction that was written to, in the hopes of describing what a hell would be like in a less strictly religious way, I believe. Dante's Inferno is basically, when you hear of there being like 7 layers of hell or 7 floors of hell, that's derived from Dante's Inferno. That concept was maybe not developed because of, or like first conceptualized from Dante's Inferno, but it was definitely like popularized in like a modern sense because of Dante's Inferno. But Dante's Inferno has multiple floors. I forget the amount. might be 8. I actually don't know. Has multiple floors, and each floor has a different punishment set to it. So each floor progressively, as you go down, it becomes the home of worse and worse people that have committed worse and worse actions in their life, and therefore the punishments as you go down are worse and worse. So that's just kind of like one interpretation of what hell could be like. Another could just be like devoid of anything, devoid of any kind of it could be completely devoid of anything, not having even fire or anything like that, just completely devoid of like anything at all, which for a lot would be like for eternity would be a lot for a lot of people, that concept, which is why it's like another concept for hell, just having nothing for eternity. So it kind of like basically hell is the concept of hell is just suffering for either eternity or for an extended period of time, and that suffering changes depending on that suffering, and that timing for hell, like how long the suffering lasts for, changes depending on the viewpoint, like from religion to religion, and even like from non-religion, but from a non-religion standpoint. So that's kind of at least like the basic conceptualization of hell. I might have like messed up some parts of it, but this game kind of represents a basic conceptualization of hell, because it's a repetitive action that can kind of be described as torment in some way or agony in some way, because when you fail, you start to get mad and it starts to torment you. But because it's such a repetitive action, you're kind of led to do it over and over again, which kind of creates a slight amount of suffering in your life, which is kind of like a good way to put the concept of hell in general. It's suffering for a long period of time, potentially infinite, for all of eternity. Although this game isn't for all of eternity, so it probably has it's probably more in line with like a secular viewpoint of hell, or not just secular, but like certain religions have not have hells that don't last for eternity. Some have hells that last over varying amounts of time depending on actions that you committed or didn't commit. And once you kind of like go through that certain length of time, then you're able to go to what that religion would call heaven, or not hell. So that's kind of, I guess that's all I can really think of for the concept of hell. It is quite an interesting topic, and if you enjoyed, me talking about hell, I don't know how, because it's not. I mean, it's quite an interesting topic, but I talk very poorly, so let me just. This one is like really weird. I don't know if I like this one that much, because it's like you change what you have to do for that one. That's weird. I don't know. It's not that bad though. This was the one that I haven't gone past yet, right? I think so, because I like failed here, and then okay, so you do that, right? And then you go here, and then you go here, and then you go here, and then no, this was a level that I failed at a couple times, I think. Okay. Oh yeah, because I failed this jump, I think, once or twice. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go now. Bye.